Excited about that. So welcome to today's session. I know most of you will watch us on the replay, but I wanted to start doing a couple sessions every single, just maybe every 2 weeks, to just share some things I think are really important. So today I wanted to talk you guys through an authority business, and I wanted to explain the authority blog process, which I'm finding to be incredibly valuable to create sales without my time. So before I go into the process, let me show you just real quick what I mean by an authority blog, and why you might want to be, I guess, seen or branded as an authority, because I think it's really quite an important thing, to be honest with you. So I'll share my screen here. This is what I'm referring to when I talk about an authority blog. Okay, it is a one-page front page that people can go to that has specific videos. Okay, I'll show you another one in just a sec. Okay, these videos are done in a very specific way. On the right, you have some awesome testimonials, okay? And then also on the right, you have lead magnets here, all right? So how this blog works, and I want to just draw this out, and then I'll show you another one, okay? Is as someone lands on the page, the first video, you obviously have the banner up here. This first video should wow, and then show them how. You put the big result up here, okay? The second video here has a transformational education. Transform through education. The third video here is about ownership. Ownership, okay? Then the last video down the bottom is case study. So the reason why you have it as videos this way, you also have text underneath, okay, is as someone lands on the page, they see the big result at the top, and then there's this big wow video plus how to do it, transformational education, and then an ownership experience. On the side here, you're going to have a free gift. You're going to have a webinar, and then you're going to have an apply to work with me. Okay, so you can see that what happens is this one here is real easy to opt in. This lines up, okay, so these line up. They can jump on your page and go this way through the content, or they can opt in, grab this, and go into one of your sales funnels. Now, the great thing is all of these link up, okay? So if they go onto this and they go and get the free gift says, hey, here's the free gift, you should join the webinar, okay? They watch the webinar, it says, hey, you should apply to work with me. Or they can enter in this way. So you might ask yourself, well, where does the authority blog fit for you? And, Rachel, I'm so glad that you're on. This is going to be the topic of our next 3-day. And I know that you said you won't be able to make it, and I was like, oh, it's going to be really important. This is the topic, okay, is you can generate a lot of leads, and a lot of us can, but Rach, I know you're getting tons of leads, but we need to send them somewhere for them to learn what you do, who you are, why they should work with you, and become an authority. Does this make sense, everyone? So this is the page you send them, all right? Let me show you another one that I'm working on. So here is another one. All right, let me know if you can see my screen. Is that working? Yeah, can you see my screen, guys? Oh, everything seems to be going really slow at the moment. All right, great. Okay, so you can see develop your magnetic mind. So, you compare that to, I think this was the right one. Yeah, so here's the other one. I'll put them next to each other, okay? So digital marketing is certainly want free, and the fastest way to become your own boss. Okay, this one, develop your magnetic mind. So they come down here, discover how to recode your inner blocks, and then here's the first video here, right? Then what they can do is they click over here, download now, all right? So when they click, they're clicking through to get this morning ritual, okay? And so I obviously capture their details, okay? They can go through there, put their details in, all right? And now it's moving them to the webinar, okay? Or they move down, there's more things to opt in on the side, okay? So you see this with both of them. I think you guys get it. So this one here is the free download, fastest path to millions, okay? So they click on that. They can download this report. And as they move down the page, they move into things that require more of their time. Free video training, see apply for a call, and then it goes into that. Okay, so obviously at the bottom, it's simply just, hey, it's time to just book a straight call with us. So they just come to this page, apply for a call. Okay, so this is called an authority blog, and it is the mechanism that authorities use to not have to sell. And so let me ask, how many of you think this is going to be quite a good mechanism for you to have? Who thinks so? Who thinks, oh yeah, cool, this would be quite a good thing? Yeah, good. It's not a website. It's a specific mechanism. It's not a website. It looks like a website, doesn't it? Think, oh, that's a website. No, it's not. It's specifically working together to do one thing, to position you as an authority, because all of us are in the authority business, okay? Most of you that are on this call, you solve a problem for someone that they could get solved by other people. Is it true? Most of us have a problem that we solve that others solve as well. And so one of the hardest things for the people that you market to is deciding who they should get to solve their problem. Does that make sense? It's like, well, who's going to solve this? There's so many people that can solve it. And so what we must do is we must be seen as the authority in that market. Glazelle, what do you mean, are we going to personalize the pages? I'm not sure what that question means. I mean, obviously you're going to make your own one of these, right? You're not going to use mine. That can't be the question. So you put your big result up the top. You do a wow plus how. But I'm going to take you through this. But first I want to explain to you why and how to become an authority, okay? So first, the why. Last week I got on 4 calls. And those 4 calls turned into 60,000, 8, and 8. So what is that? 24. $84,000 from 4 calls. And it got me thinking over the weekend, and I was going, why did I only have to take 4 calls, make $84,000 when, everyone else, that's something that they're not able to do. And I realized that it was because I've spent so long positioning myself as the authority. I've got credibility. People can see for themselves that they know I can work with them. Because here's what all of them said. Hey, I've seen your stuff. I've seen you. All of them said, yeah, I've heard about you. I've seen it. And it was this, I didn't have to sell, you see. I was basically just order taking. Does that make sense? But here's the truth, is it's been that way for a really long time. Like, it wasn't like there was this huge time period in order for me to become credible. The reason why I have that authority is because I created it. And the way that I created it is by teaching. See, when you teach someone in a unique way that I'm going to talk you through, you are seen as the authority, because our whole life, the authority has always been someone that stands up on stage and teaches. You see, stands at front of the class and teaches. Is it true? That is the most simplest and easiest thing for me to say is people want to deal with authorities. The fastest way to become an authority is to teach something that people didn't know before. So how do we become an authority? Now, I want to go detail with all of these, and I want to do it. There's 4 circles. Now, Rachel, I think you're the only one that saw this part. I put it out on a video yesterday, but maybe others have seen it as well. So that the first part is your message. The second thing that you want to understand is once you've got a message, you need to think about your market. Then you need to have a model. And then you need to have a method. So I want to take us through understanding all of these 4 areas and how you know exactly where you need to be. So the first thing is the message, okay? So the message that you have, it must be high desire. Change colors. It must be high desire. And I want you guys draw this out. Put this down on a piece of paper so you're getting it. It must be high desire. It must be unique. Okay. It must be intriguing. And it must explain away past failures. That's a good message, okay? Your message basically must be breakthrough. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through to craft a really good message today. Now, you can have one message and you can have many different markets, okay? Write this down. I want you to market narrowly, but I want you to deliver with a broad message, okay? So who here has got quite a broad message, right? Like, what is your message? So, for example, Bree's message might be, any dog, I can train any dog to behave in just 1 week or in just an hour. Any dog, right? That might be the big message, okay? That's a big, broad thing. There's so many different sub-markets of problems with dogs that you're helping. So for me, I might have a message that says, anyone, like the message is that anyone can become a $1 million speaker or anyone, but then I'm going to have different markets. So have a broad message, but have specific markets. So when you think about markets, you never, ever just have one, okay? You can have as many markets as you like, but you choose one at a time. So today, we are going to look at the markets that you have, and we're going to decide who has all the different problems. So whenever I look at the markets, I'm always going to ask myself, change colors again. I'm going to say, what are their fears? What are their frustrations? What are their wants? And what are their aspirations? What do they fear? What are they frustrated with? What do they want? What do they aspire to have? Fear, frustration, wants, and aspirations. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself, which market wants this the most, okay? So when I think about all the markets, right? So Bree's a good example, and it's fun that you're here. You could have markets of, people that have a really bad behaving dog. You could just have wealthy people who love their dogs. You could have families. See, families, wealthy people, dog lovers, whatever. There's many different markets. You could have, people that have a family with more than one dog. You can have people that are just couples, retirees. There's so many different markets. And then you want to ask yourself, which market has the biggest problem, okay? Because where these two combine in here, this is the problem, okay? And we want to find a market that has a problem or a big desire. So when you hear problem, it means there's a big desire. There's something that they want to do. All right, so let's assume that, and we're going to do this in a second, guys. We're going to help you get your message, get your market. And by the way, this is the what we're going to be covering most of the time when you're at the 3 days coming up. We're going to be building out many of these because I want you to hear this, okay? Your business is actually just a series of profitable and pleasurable projects. Can someone type that in? Your business is just a series of profitable and pleasurable projects. Doesn't that sound good? They're just lots of different projects. See, you could have 5 different messages. I do. Magnetic Mind message, the webinar message, the speaking message, become a digital marketer, certify you in the Magnetic Mind process. I have so many different messages, you see. They all have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 markets, you see, and each one of them is just a profitable project. Profitable project. Who likes the sound of that, by the way? Yeah, good, good. Okay, so the next thing is you need to have a model, all right? So this is where you become an authority. You need to have a clear point A, a clear point B, and you need to have the 1, 2, and 3 steps that explain how they do it, okay? Whenever you're doing this, now your model can be big or it can be small. For example, you might just have a message, which is very easy, you know, how to get leads off Facebook. Your market could be coaches, consultants, speakers, multi-level marketers, product developers. You could have so many markets, but it's not a big model. It's just, you know, 1, have an ad, 2, give away a free thing, 3, collect their details. Very, very simple. So when you think about the market and you think about the model, okay, what we're really talking about here, okay, and this is the path. So how does the market actually make this work? And this is really what we put in our authority blog, okay? And then the last is the method, all right? So the method is with the same model, okay? You can coach, you could consult, you can author, you can speak, you can mentor, you can build online products, you can connect to others. So let me just give you an example of this, okay? Once I create out one model, let's talk about a model that you guys all know, okay? The emotional clarity chart. Can you see that? So the emotional clarity chart, we have time, we have emotion, and then I have my model. Story, steps, and system. Okay, you guys all know this model, yes? So I can take this one chart, this one model, guys, and I can do it for someone. So I charge $15,000. I'll sit down with someone and I'll just write their presentation for them. So I can consult, same model. I can coach, so they can bring me a piece back. I can ask questions. I can coach them through it. I can author, so I could write a book on this. I can speak. I do speak on this. I can speak and train. I can mentor people through this. I can build, which I have, the Amplify course, or I can connect others. I can say, you need to go buy ClickFunnels, and then this will work. Okay? So does everyone see that from one model, I can do, so I can have so many different flavors or so many different ways that I deliver on that model? Can someone give me a yes, just so I know that you guys are alive out there? So this here, okay, this here becomes the preference. And so that just means, which one do you prefer? Thanks, guys. Which one do you prefer to deliver on? Okay. And so then lastly, you've got your method and your message. And so this here becomes the product. So right in the middle, okay, when you think about all of this, there's this middle part right in here, okay, where everything is combined. That there, that is your profitable project, okay? And I want you to think about your business as a series of profitable projects, okay? Rachel, you ready for it? Because I know you're sitting there going, Chris, this is revision. I know, I can hear it. Series of profitable projects. You choose one message. You look at all the markets who might like that message, and you choose one market. You create one model, and then you do a path of how you want to actually work with it. So let me give you guys an example, and then every 90 days, you just change your campaign, okay? So let me give you an example. Let's say that your message is that you can create a high profit, low time business. Now, does that seem like a good message? Yes or yes? Does that seem like a good message? Awesome. So you take that message and then you ask yourself, okay, well, what other markets, so work with me on this, what are the markets that might like that message, okay? Let's look at it, okay? There might be coaches and consultants. Professionals. Speakers. Personal trainers. I don't know, stay-at-home mums. Okay, so those are all those are a series of markets. Now, do you guys all agree coaches and consultants would like to hear this message? Yes. Professionals would like to hear this message. Speakers would like to hear it. Personal trainers would like to hear it. And stay-at-home mums, they would all like to hear that, okay? And so what I do is I'm going to ask myself, okay, so who out of these should I target with this message? Okay, right? Who will these? And then this is what we're going to focus on a lot at the next 3 days is we're going to say, okay, so what is my model? All right, so let's say that I choose, I don't know, who should we choose, by the way? Let's choose, I don't know, should we choose a hard one? Let's choose professionals. Let's say, you know what? I want to help professionals the most, okay? So now I need to create a model of how to create a high profit and low time business, okay? So I reach into what I know, because clearly if I'm going to talk about this message, I'm an authority on it, and I want to build out a model to help them. So they want high profit and low time, okay? So the questions and the way to do that is I might say, well, the first thing that you've got to do is you've got to create a way to deliver value in a way that, so this would be step one, value in a way that people want to pay. Okay? And then I'd say, all right, well, once you've found a way to deliver value in a way that people want to pay, okay, well, the next thing that you've got to do is now you've delivered value in a way that people want to pay, is you must create a sales and conversion system. And then I'll say that works without you. Okay, so now you've delivered value and people want to pay. Then step 3 is create a automate or delegate the delivery. Now, obviously, I'm just making this up on the spot, but let me ask you, can you guys see how now, by having a model that I've just made up, 1, 2, 3, deliver value, sales and conversion system, automate and delegate delivery. Can you see how now I'm starting to position myself as the authority by having a system? Okay. Now, obviously, we need to unpack this even more, right? But this is what we need to do in order to go, you know what? I am the authority in this marketplace. So then the last step we go is, okay, great. So I've got this. Well, how do I prefer to deliver it? Okay. So what is my preference? So I've got the problem that they have. I've got the market. I've got the path here. How do I prefer to deliver it? Okay. So someone might say, you know what? I prefer just to give them, I'm just going to prefer to connect them to a multi-level marketing platform. Type in yes if you see that my system here would easily help people to connect to a multi-level marketing platform. Sure, I could do that. Could I build out a training on how to find ways to deliver value, how to create? Could I build out an online course? Absolutely, I could. I could mentor people. I could speak and teach it. I could author a book on it. I could consult or I could coach. Okay. And so that is how you build out a profitable 90-day campaign. So I say, there's my model. All right. And I'm going to work with professionals. There's my message. That's my model. And then, you know, what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to, as the last step is I'm going to have a workshop as a base level. I'm going to have a 90-day coaching. And I'm going to have a one-on-one process as well. And so now I set this up, okay? And this leads us to now going, all right, so what am I going to do to get those people? And the way that I do it is I build out the blog. Lead magnet, webinar, appointment, okay? And so when I think about all of this, on this page, this is a $1 million business plan, okay? The message is this: high profit, low time business. The person I'm going to help is professionals. Here's my overview, my system. Here's what they need to do to make it happen. And I need to expand on all of this. When I expand on it, I'm going to turn it into a workshop, and I'll make the workshop, I don't know, 1495. And then I'll make the 90-day coaching, I don't know, let's say 3995. And one-on-one over 90 days, I'll make that triple. I'll make that 7995. And those will be my prices, okay? And so I put this together, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this system here. And that's what's really exciting. What we've found, okay, to increase the amount of people that get on the call, Rach, to increase and heat people up. When we drive an ad out there to them, they come in, they have no idea who you are. But if you send them in between when they're looking and waiting to a page that has, you know, all that credibility on it, okay, if I go back to the page, when we send them to this page, right? Number one, digital marketing certification, and it has all of this and download. They can click here and they can get, you know, these free trainings where they can learn more. Fastest way to become freedom. So this is all the stuff that they're getting while they're waiting for their phone call, okay? So by the time, and I'll just close that because it didn't load very fast, so it's going to start talking to me in a second. They click, they see these people who have had success working with us, okay? Who thinks it's a solid person after they've seen all of this? They can click through, they can see the courses, they can have a look at the prices, everything else. Welcome to Fast Track. This now answers that question. Well, I need, I need to understand who you are, you see. So the way that we're winning so big right now is when we drive in ads, this is where they go inside our follow-up sequence. And it's called an authority blog. I just named it that, by the way. But I think that's what it should be called. An authority blog. Because it positions you as an authority. And so what we're going to be doing at the weekend is really building this out for you. Because what you need to create is, once we create your model and your person and all of this, okay, once we create all this, we're going to do all of this. We then need to create these different videos, the wow and how video, the transformational experience, the ownership. We need to create the lead magnet. The webinar is already done from Amplify, so you already have that. Create a lead magnet, which is like a free report or a download, and then the application, so they can just apply to have a phone call with you. Every single one of you can be going out there and selling consulting, right? And this gives you that place to send people to, so that you don't have to just keep on forever posting crap on social media trying to stay relevant, right? Think about it. I don't need to post all the time, because on one page, I'll show you it again, on one page, I have everything that someone needs to know who I am, to see if I'm someone that they like to work with, and decide that this is for them. Who thinks it's pretty good, by the way? Just me? Oh, thanks. There they are. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So today, the key is to know that this is our main focus for not this weekend, but next weekend. All right. What we're going to do is we are going to go step by step through this with you here at my house. We're going to start off and we're going to write down a whole heap of different messages that you could start with. Okay. We're just going to say, what are all the things that you believe, that you think, and we're just going to completely we're going to get them all out. Like, what are all the messages, okay? And then together, we're going to help you create a message that is a breakthrough message, okay? That's high desire, unique, intriguing, get a message. Okay, once we've got a message, then we're going to say, okay, well, what are all the markets? Who are all the different types of people that would like to hear this message, okay? We're going to spend time looking at all those markets. We're going to go through Facebook Insights, and we're going to decide who is the first market that we'll go after. Make sense? Then we're going to go, okay, now that we know which market, now we want to do a model or create a model that would work for all of them, so that once we finish with one market, we can move to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, without having to update all of our content. Remember, I want you to really market narrowly, but I want you to deliver your content broadly, so you can work with coaches, consultants, therapists, personal trainers, physios, chiropractors, or, middle income earners, families, single people, right? People who want to control their neighbors' dogs, people that have dogs that are misbehaving, people thinking about dogs, right? Other dog schools. So there's lots of different markets. By the way, the reason with all the dog metaphors is I got Bree on here who runs the top doggy daycare in all of Brisbane and is turning it into a training program, and I'm super excited about it. I'm the first buyer. So we create a model, and then we're going to create the method, okay? And we're going to ask you, where's Linda? Linda Liv, doctor, there she is. She's on. Hey, both Lindas. Then we're going to get clear on this, and we're not going to change it. We're going to get clear on this. We're going to go, what's the bottom? What's the bottom offer? What's the price? What's the middle offer? What's the price? What's that? And then we're going to say, right, let's go deliver on this profitable project. And you guys come back every 90 days to be with us. I reckon every 90 days, we should be creating a new profitable and pleasurable project together. Who likes the sound of that, by the way? Go, this is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to target. This is it. Let's go. Let's come up with a new idea. Let's go for it. Because people always ask me about this business model, right? And the truth is they don't realize the flexibility of it. You see, we have so much flexibility in our business model because once you create the model, once you create these two things here, the model and the message, okay, once these two are created, all we need to do is keep changing the market. They go the same message, the same model, and you can just keep adding different methods that deliver on the exact same model. You don't have to keep making up a million different models unless you want to. And so in our business model, with what we do as authorities, we don't have just one market, right? I'm sick to death of hearing people say, you've got to have a market. No, you have one market at a time. And you don't have to stop doing that to start doing something else. Because we're an authority, and to be an authority, you've just got to do this. You create the blog, you create the artifacts, and then you put it out there to the world. So often we are limiting ourselves, saying, no, this is who I am, right? This is my only message I can have. Because we don't realize that you can run an ad around different messages, but they all must go to some place for a person to understand what that is. And that's exactly what this blog is. So who likes the sound of that? By the end of the 3 days that we're doing, we're going to have all this ready and organized. Some of you will shoot your videos while you're there. Some of you will just plan your videos. But who likes the sound of that? We'll get all of this content ready. Cool. So I guess what I'm saying is be ready for a really big 3 days. It's going to be fun and super, 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 super relevant to lots of you, and really engaging. And I'm going to help you really come up with ideas and models, okay? Ideas and models. These are the two places that will work on the most, okay? Because the market will just keep changing, okay? We will deliver broadly, and then we'll just go market it narrowly. Just go market it narrowly. We'll keep changing the market, and you can change the model that you offer, right? I really want to get this across. With one model, you can just, with one model, you could just change the method, and you could have, 10 different things to sell, right? So you could have buy the Emotional Clarity book. You can have join the Emotional Clarity Mastermind, get Emotional Clarity coaching. You can just have so many. You don't need to keep on reinventing the wheel. And once you've got one authority blog set up, you then just work on the product. Okay? Mic drop. Game over. So thanks for changing up the time and being here with me today. That was really cool. I've been thinking about this a lot. When you are positioned as an authority, you don't have to sell. They already know you. They've learned from you. They want to work with you. And it's so easy. It's order taking. Even when you're selling something at $60,000, they know that you've got the goods because they've seen the testimonials. They've seen the education. They've been on that page. And the way that we've structured this page is absolutely genius because it keeps someone going between the videos and it moves them across and down in a way that that I haven't really seen before and haven't seen it work so well. So I'm really excited to see you guys all at the event in a couple of weeks. We will be live streaming it as well for those of you who can't make it, and it will be all recorded in the back office too. So care about you guys a lot, and thanks for being on the live. And if you watch this on the replay, care about you too. I'm glad that you were smashing it today and had other things on, which is totally fine too. Good stuff, Rach. Real good feeling. Of course you do. Let's just put it all together, smash it out. You guys rock. Have a great day. Post your questions into the Slack channel if you want to get more information or anything about this. And yeah, we're really looking forward to having you, at our place in the Gold Coast and spending some time on you and on your business and building out what it is that you're here to build out and becoming that authority. So have a great day, guys. Bye.